Welcome back to Britain Today, and I'm here with Social Democrat leader Martin J. Baldwin. Welcome on the show, Martin.
Thank you very much for your invitation, and it's great to be here.
Lovely jubbly. Now, as we know, on Friday it's the last Parliament session, and after that it dissolves.
Yeah,
And just gonna turn down my robot's volume real quick. Just gonna do that. Anywho, yeah, after Parliament dissolves, all political parties within the community start campaigning for office. And looking at some midterm polls that the BBC and the Westbridge Times have conducted, in Westminster party leader approvals, 38 people approved of you and 39 disapproved. Now, although that's only
I
one
believe
vote
that's in
over,
percentages, but yeah,
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 um,
there.
yeah, and in the actual voter intention, the Social Democrats are predicted to drop from 13 seats to 8 seats. That's yet again another 5-seat drop, which of course the Social Democrats suffered in the last election. And looking at the Westbridge Times poll, um, you've got, I think it's in percentage or votes, 9% votes for popularity. Um, Same as the former national leader Bushberry, and 17.6% said that they would vote for you and your party. Yet again, the same as the now former national leader. How do you react to these polls?
Well, first of all, they are polls. As simple as that. I don't consider them to have much impact because we don't turn out mostly for polls. The only poll we turn out to is election day, when we actually vote for the parties that we want to represent us in the chamber for the next 2 months. So yeah, the polls may not have in a good shape, but everything can change. I, I mean, as the saying goes, there are weeks where decades happen, and there are decades where almost nothing happen. Oh, where weeks happen. So basically, what I'm saying is I will not rely much upon those polls. I believe that we can make it out in a good result this election. I'm confident about a victory, especially because we have recovered. Our party structures have been reformed, new leadership has been brought out. We are a new generation of progressive politicians ready to enact change for people. And we come from a generation of politicians which are different from the generation that we have left. So basically, yeah, the polls might have us bad, but we still don't believe in those polls, either because of low turnout or because of 4 UK spams that are basically unverifiable if they are real voters or not, or if their vote has been deregistered, or even if the 9% uh, deduction has been accounted for in some of these polls. But yeah, I don't see polls as anything, just as surveys to people which can easily be changed. People's opinions change over time. So basically, I'm taking them with a grain of salt.
Okay. So if the Social Democrats do perform in the way that these polls are suggesting, do you have any sort of agenda to throw these polls more into your favour during the next term?
To be fair, I do not care about the polls at all. What I do care about is winning these elections and delivering the change that people across our community want and people across our community need. So that's what I'm counting on for. And that's why I am hoping that with our strength we can do it together and win this election. That's what I'm working on. I'm not working on next term. I'm working on making sure we win this election and that we form government and that we begin to deliver the change that people need, as you can see in my shirt here.
Okay. Now I'm going to move on to a more, in a way, touchy subject. Since the last election, the Social Democrats have lost quite a lot of its membership. Do you have some sort of plan to try and regain it? And do you know the reason why so many people are taking the decision to leave, to either defect to another party or just retire from politics as a whole?
Well, here's how I see it. Once elections are over, every party suffers a drop on membership. It's rare for parties to have a surge or have an increase in their membership during the time during non-election times, during times where parliament is in session. So it's expected. Of course, we have seen a drop in membership for the Social Democrats, and I can accept the fact. But it's basically happened over time. It's not like an overnight event where 30 members left. We have had some turbulent times, I will be honest about that, but those turbulent times are mostly over. The party is united, and we did have reached a gain of 4 members in our server, as I saw today. So I believe that we can bring some members back or even bring new ones back because coalitions change. The demographics of the electorate that votes for us changes from time to time. So it's acceptable. It is normal for membership drops to happen. It is normal for us to win and lose because this is politics. But yeah, that's why we have begun to campaign early on Westbridge to bring people to our party, to show our strength, to show our power as a united party. So that's why we have begun. And we still have many more things to go. We still have a manifesto to release, which will be very exciting as the campaign season comes here. So yeah, we still have a lot in store, and there's about a week or two at maximum left for us to make the change that we want and to bring these uh these new people into our party and to make a good result for us.
Okay. So let's say, for example, the Social Democrats lose more than they lost in the last election, and they remain unpopular. Yeah. Will you stand down as leader if that's the case?
I To be fair, uh I believe that I don't have much time as leader, and there have been leaders who have done worse, who have lost more. Because with every new leadership change, it happens that at first people will not vote for them because, they're just a broken party and these issues, they are maybe unrecoverable. But we have seen many new leaders fail to win at their first try. And so most likely I will not resign from the leadership. So I believe that I should be given a chance to try to see how good I can do this election, and then we'll move on forward once the results are out to check out what done right, what we've done right, what we've done wrong, and what could we do better.
Okay, so obviously over the past nearly 48 hours, there has been a lot of scandals which have been released against Persian, especially, for messing with the UK's foreign affairs. Now, you have been called out by many people for not scrutinising against Persian as much as the other party leaders have. Can you tell us why you haven't been doing that? And yeah.
So, to be fair, we are not saying that they haven't done anything wrong, and we certainly have had some opportunities where we have attacked them. Uh, but yeah, wait, I need to fix this 2 minutes. Sorry.
Hello.
All right. Apologize. We continue?
Yep. Do you wanna start what you were saying again?
Yeah. Go back to where we. All right. So about Ford. Yes, we haven't been as relentless in the attacks as the Unionist Party have been, which have been at the forefront against Ford or as a pirate party. That's because we have motto within our party that we are pushing for positive change. Positive means to not be as aggressive, not in pursuing reforms. We are very aggressive in terms of that, in terms of delivering change, but we are not aggressive to attack. We don't want to attack simply because of every move they make. I, of course, have done many scandalous things, and we have scrutinized them. My shadow ministers have scrutinized them. The leadership has scrutinized them. The Social Democrats as a party have scrutinized them. We have joined in several condemnations of Forward. We have been combative against them, not as much as unionists, but we have done our part in here. What we are focusing as a party is not to attack, but it's to recover and to win. And to win, I believe, is that we need to talk with people directly. By talking with people directly, by discussing their issues, and by finding solutions to these issues, I believe that's how we win. We are pushing for positive change, and that's what positive change means, in my opinion, and that's why we may not have been as much relentless in these attacks as the Unionists or the Pirates have done.
Okay.
That's my answer to this, so.
Okay. And looking into the scandal that Persian faces, he tried to mess with certain votes to do with the UK becoming in the Security Council's top five, from what I can gather. And as a result of this scandal, the Undersecretary for Foreign Affairs decided to withdraw the UK from the Simcoe Treaty. Do you think this was the right decision that was made?
Absolutely. Absolutely the right decision. This scandal was preposterous. The Prime Minister of Canada, now the former PM, which is a very close friend of mine, was subverted because, at first, as we saw from these documents, he was for the removal of Libya from its position in the Permanent Five and in the Security Council. But then, civil servants from GAC, the Global Affairs Canada, pressured him to not do this and to instead vote against, or at the least make an abstention on the vote. And I believe he was pressured because he didn't have the capital or the bravery necessary, but he had the bravery to actually report on this thing and sacrifice his uh, his job as prime minister and as liberal leader to try to to uncover what these scandals were. This was a preposterous scandal, I believe, in my opinion, to basically try to use another sovereign nation, especially one that's close to us, Canada, who's in the Commonwealth, to to attack the UK and to diminish the United Kingdom's role within the international community. And I believe that's preposterous. And the actions that were taken thereafter were absolutely right. And my party and myself personally supports these decisions 100%.
Okay then. And looking at some other news that came out a little bit of time either before it or after it, I can't really tell. But the UK re-established the 13 colonies in America. Do you support
Mm,
the notion or otherwise?
absolutely. The reintegration of our colonies back as property of the crown, back as territories of the crown, is a great news, frankly. Absolutely. It's a great news, and I'm very happy when I heard about the news. It is a
Okay.
momentous day.
Oh, lovely, jubbly. Well, that's all the questions I've got for you today, Martin. Thank you very much for coming on.
Even though it was short, I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much once again for the invitation that you have sent to me today. And yeah, I hope we'll see you each other again soon.
Yes. And I wish you luck in campaigning and etc. And hopefully we see a social democrat government at the end of this election.
Does that mean a BT endorsement of our campaign?
Possibly, because the other two within Britain today are kind of in the pirate party, so I wouldn't really say so. But we should hopefully we do on my behalf personally. We hopefully do see a social democrat government. So it's
Thank you very
endorsement
much.
from the presenter.
Thank you very much.